let's get started. First of all, thank you everyone for taking time out to join us for an exciting, workshop on, AI powered teaching. Basically, the session's theme is teaching transformation powered by AI. This is not a normal AI workshop where I will come and show you chat GPT and I will tell you how to write prompts and all that. Those kind of workshops are happening all around the country, all around the world, and people are getting completely confused. So I'm not here to show you chat GPT and tell you to write some prompts. Okay, this is a completely different experiential learning workshop where you will understand how you can not just use AI, how you can completely change the way you teach using AI. Okay, that is the purpose of this workshop. All right, let's move forward. Okay, just to now set the context around the theme of the workshop. So the first and the most important question is why AI as a technology has caught so much of attention. Why is it that everybody is talking about AI? Why is there so much of buzz and noise around AI? The short answer to this question is AI has got the power to transform the way we live and work. This is a technology that can completely change the way we live and work. Remember this sentence, and by the end of this call, you will get all the answers. You will get the answers around why, you will also get the answers around how, because everybody will talk such big things, right? But nobody will tell you how to do it. So the objective of this session is to talk about the why as well as the how. Okay, now let me explain this transformational power of AI. I will explain with an example in the context of education. Okay, so remember, going back 20 years when I was studying in a school in a very small town, the entire focus of the entire school ecosystem was to make sure a child is able to memorize as many things as possible, right? From the teacher to parent, the school, everybody was focusing only on driving memorization of concepts. Now that method of teaching was relevant 20 years back because there was no internet, no computer, no mobile, no AI. There was no availability of information anywhere, which means whoever has a better memory, he will be able to store more information and will become more successful eventually. That was the formula. So today, if you ask me, I have no complaints with my teachers. They taught me as per the need of the hour. They taught me as per what was the market scenario 20 years back. But the unfortunate reality is that even today, as we speak, 90% of the schools in India and similar other countries continue to follow the same methodology of teaching. A teacher will walk into the classroom with a textbook, write down notes on the blackboard. Students will copy down the notes. Some students will not even copy the notes. They will just do the Xerox from the topper of the class, mug it up and write in the exam, right? Unfortunate reality is even today, we are living in this kind of an education ecosystem, which is a disaster. Now, what is the need of the hour? The need of the hour is that we have to shift completely from driving rote memorization of concepts to driving real world application of concepts and problem solving. This is the new requirement from the education ecosystem because storing information is memory is not a competitive advantage anymore. You need any information, you can get it at your fingertips, right? You have AI, you have mobiles, you have internet, you can get whatever information you want, you can get it within seconds. Hence, what is the value in forcing a child to memorize so many things? What is the value in that? Absolutely no value, right? Plus, the second change which has happened is that we are living in a world which is very, very uncertain. There is no guarantee that jobs will exist in the future. The entire, ecosystem today works with only one assumption that if my child studies, he will get a good job in some IT company. What if IT companies itself, because of AI, they run out of jobs, they have no jobs to offer? Then no parent will send their child to school. It's a reality, correct? Hence, we don't have to prepare the child to get a job anymore. We have to prepare a child to survive in life. If we prepare them to understand the concept deeply and apply them in real life, they can build their own products, own solutions, own businesses, own startups, and find 10 to 15 different ways to make a living, correct? They are not dependent on a job anymore. So the world is extremely complex and uncertain. Hence, the old method of teaching where students are just mugging things up and writing exams and getting some marks, that model is completely outdated. We are just fooling each other. Okay, we have to come out of that mindset. Remember, I am not talking about the top 5% schools in the world who have all the money where the fees for a child is in lakhs. Forget those 5% schools. We are talking about a transformation at scale. We are talking about a transformation in 90% schools in this country. Okay, that is the change. Only then you will see an impact at a country level or at a world level. Otherwise, the top 5% schools, they will keep on charging more and more money, to improve their system, right? But we are not talking about top 5% schools. We are talking about a transformation for 90% schools in the country. All right. Now the question is, if you have to shift your education from rote memorization to real world understanding, how will this shift happen? The question is how. Okay. For that, we don't have to like do some rocket science things. We have to do some very simple, easy changes in the way we teach. So 20 years back, when I was going to school, the method of teaching was that a teacher will walk into the class with a textbook, write down notes on the blackboard. Student will blindly copy down the notes. Some students will not even copy the notes. They will do the Xerox from the topper. Forget everything till there is an exam. Day before exam, they will open up the notes, mug everything up, write, get good marks. The parent is happy, the teacher is happy, everybody is happy. That was the model of teaching. Now, if you have to prepare the child to understand the concepts and apply the concepts in real life, this method of teaching will not work at all. What is the new method of teaching that will work? If you are teaching any concepts in Newton's law, you have to start the class with a story around why Newton's law is important for us. For example, you can connect Newton's law to a game of cricket so that students are able to understand the relevance of that concept. You have to tell some stories, you have to tell some real world examples, you have to do experiments inside the classroom around Newton's law. You have to, show images, you have to show visuals, you can show some simulations around Newton's law. And then instead of depending on one final exam after 3 months, you have to do assessments right inside the classroom after every topic is taught. That is the new model of teaching which we need to apply. Now, the big question mark is, how will you do this as a human being? If I ask teachers in this group that you have to prepare so many things for every topic, every class, you will go mad. You will say, as teachers, we are extremely burdened in the school. We have a lot of extra work at home. We have to take care of the family. You are asking us to spend so much of time to prepare for every single concept. It is humanly impossible, which is why we have a technology in the form of AI that will make this shift remarkably easy for all of us, right? Remember one thing, since last 20 years, we have been talking about this transformation in education, which is shifting from rote memorization to real world application. Even policies like NEP 2020 has been talking about it since years. But that transformation was always, in books, in papers. It was never practically doable because there was no technology available to help teachers. Today, fortunately, there is a technology in the form of AI, using which you can actually bring about this transformation in your teaching methodology, correct? Which means if there was no AI, this transformation was not possible. Because of AI, you have to spend less time, which means today, if you are spending 30 minutes to prepare for a class, with AI, you have to spend only 15 minutes to prepare for a class. But your preparation will be of a completely different level. That is the power of AI as a technology, which is why I said it's a technology that can completely help us in transforming the way we teach, the way we live, the way we work. And the objective of this call is not to just talk about some high level, 30,000 feet view of things. The objective of this call is to also talk about the how part of it, which nobody talks. When it comes to how, people will just open ChatGPT and tell you to write prompts. That is not going to, bring about any transformation in education. So we will see the how in this call, okay? Now, before we move on, one very quick question to all of you. As teachers, you must have already explored some AI technologies. Just put some names just put one tool name in the chat which you are using as a teacher, an AI tool that you are using as a teacher. I just need some 10-15 responses. That's it. Do not flood the chat with too many responses. The moment I get 10-15 responses, the pattern will be clear to me. Okay, I just need some 10-15 responses and the pattern will be clear. Gemini, Canva, Kahoot, ChatGPT, Notebook LM, ChatGPT, Perplexity, ChatGPT. All right. So the pattern is more or less clear. You all can stop responding. The pattern is more or less clear. What is happening is that as teachers, majority of us think that AI equal to ChatGPT. Okay. That is not the reality. Okay. Most of us are stuck at these generic AI chatbots like ChatGPT, Gemini, Gamma, Perplexity, whatever. Okay, we are all stuck at these generic chatbots. Remember, these chatbots are not built for teachers. These chatbots will never tell you how you can transform the way you teach. Today, if I ask you, what is the biggest benefit of AI you have seen as a teacher? The only answer that I will get in reality is it has helped me save some time, right? The only answer to benefit of AI is saving time, correct? That is the impression, not just with all of you, that is the impression that everybody is getting, because we all are using generic AI chatbots. We are not thinking about how AI can help me in completely transforming the way I teach, how AI can help me in creating a significantly bigger impact in the student's life. That is something that nobody is telling you, because we are all stuck with these generic AI chatbots. So for what are so there are massive number of problems, while using these chatbots. One, you require prompting skills, which is why in most of the AI workshops for teachers that you go, they will start with prompting skills. They will open up ChatGPT and then teach you how to write prompts. Remember, we are teachers. We are not engineers. We are not here to become prompt engineers, right? Whenever there is a technology, if to learn the technology, you have to spend 5 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours to learn a technology. The technology is never going to be helpful for you. So the role of technology is to make our life easy and not difficult. Remember that. So tomorrow, anybody tells you that you need to learn prompt engineering, you just ask why. I am a teacher, I am not a prompt engineer. Why should I learn prompt engineering? Okay. Second, like I said, all of these chatbots people are using as a quick fix. You have a lot of work, you just put it on ChatGPT, your work is done, you are happy, you are saving some time, you can go watch a movie, you can scroll on Instagram. You are not thinking how AI will bring about a transformation in your classroom. Okay. And you again have to continue to switch between multiple tabs, sometimes Google, sometimes YouTube, sometimes Gemini, sometimes Gamma, sometimes ChatGPT, sometimes Perplexity. So as a teacher, you are completely confused and overwhelmed with so many tabs open, so many things that you have to do on a daily basis. This is not the right way to make technology part of your daily life. It is a very, very chaotic approach to technology. And I am not talking about, again, I'm not talking about top 5% tech savvy people. The tech savvy people can find 1,000 ways to survive. Correct? I am talking about 90% people who are not so tech savvy, for whom technology adoption has to be absolutely frictionless. Okay? And it should clearly make their life easy and not difficult. The problem is, in all the webinars that you attend, they will talk about some 5-6 different random tools, and you will be completely confused around where do you start from. Okay. So now the point is, the objective of integrating AI in our daily lives is to transform the way we teach. It is not just to automate our work and save some time. There are majority of the people have this question that AI will take our jobs. Remember, for all those people who think AI will take your job, you are using AI as an automation tool, which means if you are outsourcing your work to somebody else and you are just wasting your time, obviously you will lose your job. There are no two thoughts about it. But remember, we are not supposed to use AI only as an automation tool. We are supposed to use AI as a transformation tool. So if AI can help you become a 10 times better teacher, that is the real potential of AI. And then no technology or no teacher will be able to take your job. Clear? So till the time you use AI as an automation tool, you will always be at this risk of losing job to AI. Got it? Moving on, which is why we have basically built a comprehensive teacher first AI platform called TeachBetter.ai, which combines 20 different AI tools in a single page, 100 plus interactive simulations, 80 plus languages. You can create presentations, quizzes, worksheets, online quizzes, in-class assessments, anything and everything that you need as a teacher to make your class exciting, interesting, engaging. You will find everything in a single platform. And this is what we will be seeing in this call. The people who have created a free account on the platform, you all will be able to practice along with me, because this is a hands-on experiential learning session. I don't want you all to, forget everything after the session is over. Again, then you will be spending some hours and hours on some random AI workshops. Nothing is going to help you. Trust me, no AI workshop is going to help you as a teacher. But if you just pay attention for the next 30 minutes and you just create an account and practice it yourself, you will become an AI expert and you will become a better teacher. That is more important. We will not get anything by becoming an AI expert, right? I am not an engineer, right? I want AI to make my profession, my life easy. Okay. All right. Okay. So the moment you create an account on the platform, what you will see is you will see this page, okay, which is called the AI tools page. Okay. Now, just one small tip, just stay on this page. Don't do anything. Just stay on this page. People who have created an account. One small tip. This is a web-based platform, which means you may have to go to the browser, type the URL, log in every single time. To avoid that, there is a small tip. If you are on your mobile, near the URL, you will see 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots when you are on this page. Click on the 3 dots. and you will have an option add to home screen. Just click on add to home screen and you will be able to save this website to your home page of your mobile. Again, I'm repeating, once you are on this page that you are seeing on the screen, once you have signed up on your Chrome browser, click on the three dots next to the URL. There will be an option add to home screen. Just click on that option. The website will get saved to your mobile home screen just like an application, so that next time you do not have to type the URL and enter the ID password. So if you have joined from a laptop, what you do is, again, near the Chrome browser, towards the end of the URL, wherever there is a URL, towards the end of it, you will see three dots. Click on the three dots, go down, there will be an option called cast, save and share. Here you just click on create shortcut. What will happen is this website icon will get saved in your desktop just like an application. So next time you just double click on that icon and your website will open up without any login ID password. It will get saved. Okay. If you're on a mobile, three dots, there is an option called add to home screen. If you're on a laptop, three dots, there is an option called cast, save and share. There you have to create a shortcut. Clear? This is a small tip because maximum number of teachers I speak to, they tell me that after the workshop, I forgot the name of the product itself. They don't even remember the name of the company, which is TeachBetter.ai. Forget about going to this website and using this platform. Okay. That is a common human behavior. Just to avoid that, you can save it in your desktop as an icon. Okay. Let's move ahead. So the moment you come to this page, what you see is right in front of you, there are a set of 20 different AI agents, which basically are various use cases of teachers converted into ready-made AI tools, so that you as a teacher do not ever have to open a platform like ChatGPT and then think what you have to do as a teacher to, improve your teaching or to, make your work easy or to transform your classroom. Okay. So we have spoken to thousands of teachers, mapped out their use cases as a teacher, and we have converted every single use case into a ready-made AI agent so that your life becomes easy. Okay. Now let me show you how these tools work. Okay. So there are tools for writing, for lesson planning, concept explanation, quiz and worksheet generation, presentation generation, YouTube video analysis, web search assistant, multiple tools are there. On this call, I will demonstrate 5 basic tools and 3 extremely advanced tools, right? And then you can practice it yourself as well. Okay. So let me show you the writing assistant tool. I will not generate anything right now. In this writing assistant, you can create essays, letter, email, speech, reports, whatever you want, just by entering some very basic details as a teacher. You are not writing any prompt here. You are not thinking like a prompt engineer. You are always using AI as a teacher. Just select from the drop down what you want to write, select the tone and style, select the topic, some other details which are optional. If you want, you can add. If you want, you can leave it and hit generate, and your resource will be ready. Okay. I will show you the lesson planner tool in action. So people who have created an account, they can also open the lesson planner. The moment you come here, again, very simple input form, fill it like a teacher. Do not worry about prompt engineering or anything else. As a teacher, I want to create a 5B model lesson plan. The subject may be maths and the topic may be area, and I will do it for grade 5, maybe CBSE curriculum. Number of classes is 1. This class will be 60 minutes duration. You can also add additional context here. So whatever context you want to give additionally, you can give it here. The more detailed inputs you give here, the more customized and aligned your output will be. And then you hit generate. Immediately within seconds, your lesson plan will be ready, starting with a hook, competency definition, materials required, lesson structure, which is basically 5B model lesson plan. What are you supposed to do in each of these 5 stages, right? Differentiation strategies, advanced learners, or average learners, how you are supposed to differentiate the lesson plan for them. So basically all the components of a professional lesson plan are available right in front of you at the click of a button. Now as a teacher, what you have to do is you just click on this PDF button to export it into PDF, click on this Word button to export it into Word document, or you can directly print it out using the printer button, or you can also convert this into PowerPoint slides, right? So within seconds, your entire professional lesson plan is available just by giving some very minimal inputs as a teacher. But remember one thing, the more detailed inputs you give, the more aligned the output will be as per your requirement, right? Now as a teacher, if you also want to show some images in the classroom around area, right, you can search for images right inside this platform without going anywhere else. You can search for images in this platform, right? If you like this image, you can save it. You can also search for videos right inside this platform without going anywhere else, right? If you like this video, you can just save it. You can also play this video and see how it works, right? And when you are playing the video inside the platform, this is a completely ad-free experience. There will be no ads, no distractions, nothing. Okay, so you can save these videos, and what is happening is all the content that you have generated, the images that you have saved, the videos you have saved, everything is getting stored in your my content library. So there is a my content in the left menu. Everything is getting stored in the my content library. Okay, so this is the lesson plan that we have just created. Some of the images that we have saved, some of the video that we have saved, everything is available, in your my content, so that you can refer to it in the future whenever you want. This is the lesson planner tool for you, right? Remember one thing, this supports any topic, any subject, any curriculum, any grade, any language. So this platform also supports 80 plus languages. I will show you some multilingual use cases also. I am now opening a next tool called Concept Explainer. So suppose I want to explain Newton's laws in a game of cricket. I want to explain Newton's law to my class, but I want to connect this concept to a game of cricket, and then I will hit generate. So I'm giving very, very minimal inputs, but you can give as detailed inputs as you want to customize the output. Okay. Now what this tool will do is it will now generate the entire explanation of how Newton's first law applies in a game of cricket, how second law applies in a game of cricket, how third law applies in a game of cricket. It will also automatically give you some images, some videos that you can show in the classroom to make the concept exciting and interesting. All right. So at the click of a button, you have the explanation, you have the images, you have the videos, you have all the resources that you need to make the class exciting and interesting. So this can help you in getting explanation of concepts around any topic, any subject. All right. Let me show you the quiz and worksheet generator tool now, which is one of the most heavily used tools on our platform, because making quizzes and worksheets is something that consumes huge amount of time for teachers. Suppose I want to create a quiz on say science, maybe say photosynthesis for say grade 7, CBSE curriculum. These are the type of questions that you can choose. I want to do 10 questions, and I will choose multiple choice questions. I want some story problems. I want some true false questions. You can select the type of questions. You can select the difficulty level. I'll leave it blank for now, and you hit generate. Now, the moment you hit generate, your entire question paper will be ready within seconds, starting with multiple choice questions. So when it is generating, you will see the explanation, correct answer right here. But after the generation is over, everything will get shifted into the tabular format, which is the answer key. Right now, you see multiple choice questions, then you have some true false questions, then you have some story problems. We asked for 10 questions, it has given you 10 questions. It has also given you an answer key at the end, right? Clear answer key at the end. Now again, you can export it into a Word document, put your school's name, logo, whatever you want, give it to students as printouts in the classroom, or send it to students as a home assignment. So right, so making question papers, quizzes, worksheets is now at the click of a button. Now let me show you a multilingual use case. Suppose I want to create a question paper on Hindi Vyakaran for grade 7. What I will do is I will just, so what if you want a different language output, the only thing you have to do is add that language in this text box, any other details. So I will just write, give it in Hindi only. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to generate a question paper on Hindi Vyakaran, CBSE grade 7. And I have just written this additional line, give it in Hindi language. Right now, it will give me all the questions in Hindi, the multiple choice questions, the true false questions, the story problems. All the questions are now available in Hindi. There is an answer key also, which is in Hindi. You can again export it into a Word document and use it in the classroom. So this is the quiz and worksheet generator tool for you. One of the most popular tools on our platform, because teachers spend huge amount of time in preparing these quizzes, worksheets, and question papers. Okay. Now I will just walk you through 2-3 tools now before we take a quick pause. We also have a tool called Creative Resource Generator. Using this tool, you can create stories, real world examples, comic scripts, song lyrics, riddles, jokes, whatever resource you need as a creative teacher to make your class exciting and interesting for students. You can use this tool to create wonderful creative resources on any topic, any subject. Similarly, you have an activity and project generator tool. Suppose you want to conduct classroom activities, individual project, group project. So like I said, for every concept that you are teaching, you need to teach the concept in multiple ways, starting with stories, simulations, images, videos, real world examples, activities, projects. So you can generate activities and projects using this tool called Activity and Project Generator. All right. Now let me show you one of the most powerful tools, which is the Presentation Generator tool. Okay. Now in this Presentation Generator tool, what this will do is this will create presentation on any topic under the sun. For example, I want to create a presentation on global warming for class 9 students. And suppose I want 10 slides. Okay. I will leave all of these things blank, but you are free to give as many inputs as you want. You can also upload the PDF of the chapter if you have it. And within 10 seconds, this tool, presentation generator, will create the entire PowerPoint presentation for you, along with the text content, with images, right? Text content, images, the entire topic of global warming has been broken down wonderfully into various slides. There is an image in every slide. You have an option to change these images. You have an option to customize these images by clicking on this button, right? And you can change all of these images. You can also search for new images using this keyword search box. There will also be a video in the last slide. There is some technical issue. We are just fixing it. There will also be a video that will automatically come in the last slide. You can also change that video by clicking on this button, right? There are a lot of videos here. You can select any video and change it in the slide. There is some technical issue. We'll get it fixed. Now what you have to do is just select a template, click on save, and export it into a Microsoft PowerPoint or Google Slides in no time. Within 10 seconds, your entire presentation is ready. Let's go back. Let's go back and stay focused, because whatever we have seen till now, these to me are still very, very basic use cases of AI. We will now start moving towards advanced use cases of AI. Like I said, AI is not a technology that will help you to automate your work. It will help you to transform your work, right? How will the transformation happen? Now, I will now do the demonstration around some of the transformational use cases of AI. Before that, I just have 2-3 more basic tools to show you. So we have a tool called Web Search Assistant. Like a lot of teachers, they go to Google, they go to YouTube to search for images, search for videos. You don't have to do that anymore. You have everything inside a single platform. You can search for images, you can search for videos right inside this platform without going to Google or YouTube ever. It will give you filtered results. It will give you extremely ad-free, distraction-free experience. Okay. What I will do is I will just copy the link of this video, because I want to show you a little advanced tool which is called YouTube Video Analyzer. So as teachers, we often go to YouTube to basically search for content, get some learning resources, and if you want to create resources based on the YouTube video, that is a very complicated task. You don't have the time to watch the video, first of all, then you don't have the time to copy the notes from the video, then you will create questions, etc. In this YouTube Video Analyzer tool, what you do is you paste the link of any YouTube video, then you can select transcript, summary, highlights, question paper, whatever you want to generate from this YouTube video, you can generate. So I pasted the link, okay, and immediately you see the questions are ready, because I have said I want a question paper based on the contents of this video, right? It has given me a question paper based on the contents of this video. Okay, I will just again paste the link of this video here. Now you can, even if you want, you can get the full transcript, you can get the summary, you can get the highlights, whatever you want, you can get from YouTube videos at the click of a button without watching the video. All right. So now if you are a teacher, what you can do is you can play some YouTube video in the class, and immediately after you finish playing the YouTube video, because you are showing something to students not for time pass, right, for some learning, immediately after you play the YouTube video, you can put these questions, put this in a worksheet or a question paper and ask them, right? Which means they will watch the video, but it will convert into a complete learning experience for them. Okay, moving on. So we have a lot more tools. We have tools for science experiment setup. We have tools for event planning. We have tools for doubt solving. So if you don't even want to spend any time, you just want a ChatGPT like experience, we also have something called an Ask Me Anything. You can just use this tool like ChatGPT also if you want that, right? But that is not the idea. Now I will show you one tool which is called Notes Generator. So one problem we have already find an answer. We have already seen the solution, that instead of depending on the textbook, you can teach any topic using multiple learning resources. Okay. Coming to second problem in education. The second problem in education is teachers will write notes on the blackboard, force the children to copy down the notes. Half of the children are not able to copy, and even if they are copying, they are not paying attention to understanding the concept in the class, while the sole focus of the class should be to make sure every child is understanding the concept in the class, right? But if you are forcing them to copy the notes, they will never pay attention to understand the concept in the class. Hence, what you have to do is you can generate wonderful notes in seconds and give it to them after the class is over. You can send it to them as soft copy on WhatsApp. You can send it to them through the ERP or email, whatever it is. What I have done is I have just created something called a concept summary table. You can create notes, examination question, prep notes, sample question answer, anything. What I have created is a simple concept summary table. Now you see the entire concept of photosynthesis. It has broken down into a wonderful tabular format. you can just convert it into a Word document or a PDF and send it to students after the class is over, so that when they go back home, they have something to look at, something to practice, something to revise, right? Otherwise, whatever notes they're copying in their notebook, they will never open it, unless there is an examination. Okay. So similarly, you can also generate sample question and answers. If there is an examination, do not depend just on the questions which are there in the textbook or which you have discussed in the class. You can generate wonderful sample questions and answers and give it to the students so that they are better prepared for the exam and also better prepared with the concepts understanding as a human. Okay, that's more important than scoring marks in the exam. All right, so this is the notes generator tool. Okay, now we will move to the two of the latest additions in our platform and two of the significantly transformational use cases of our platform. Okay, first is called an online quiz and poll generator, right? So the third problem, so we have spoken about two problems. First problem is how do you make the class exciting with multimodal learning resources. Second problem is, instead of forcing the children to copy the notes, how you can enable them with wonderful notes that you can send them. The third problem in education is the problem of assessments, which means as a teacher, you continue to teach for weeks and weeks and weeks. Then there is an examination which will decide whether the student has understood or the student has not understood, whether the student is a smart child or whether the student is not a smart child. So the role of those examinations is absolutely useless. There is no point you as a teacher coming and telling to me as a parent that your child is not smart. What will I do with that information, right? I have sent my child to the school. I've given it in your hands so that you can make him smart and you can make him prepared for the future, right? So this problem of assessments, which is like exams after 1 month, 2 months, this can be solved only if we are doing assessments with an objective to make sure every child is understanding and learning, and assessment become part of the daily classroom learning curriculum. Okay, now that is not possible if you do it manually. If I ask you to create a printed worksheet and give it to students after every class, you will go mad, which is why we have two tools. One tool is called online quiz and poll generator, which we will see now, and the second tool is a mind-blowing tool. We will see it after that. Okay, now assuming you have taught a topic, now you want to do a quiz. Using this online quiz generator, you will create multiple choice questions. I want suppose 3 questions. The topic suppose is area, maths. You can add as many details as you want. You can select the Bloom's taxonomy level and you hit generate. You can also put the duration here. Suppose I want to put 1 minute duration and I'll hit generate again. So what this will do is, this is the teacher's view. Do not get confused between a teacher's view and a student's view. Our entire platform is only for teachers. We are not asking any student to log into our platform anytime. Okay. As a teacher, you have the multiple choice questions with options, explanations, correct answer. You validate all of these things, click on save, then you click on generate shareable link. Now you have got an online quiz link. Share this link with students. If the students have access to the computer lab or they have devices in the classroom, give it to them instantly. Or you can send this quiz link over the parents' WhatsApp group and tell them that this is your home assignment. Please complete it and come to class tomorrow. Okay. So the student just have to enter their name. They do not have to enter their email ID, phone number anywhere. They don't have to create any account on any platform and start the quiz. You see there is a timer at the top and I will just answer this quiz as a student. So this is the student's workflow. Immediately after submitting the quiz, I'm seeing the correct answer, wrong answer, explanation, everything. So as a student, my priority is with this quiz that you have sent to me as a home assignment, I am learning. I'm not here to score some marks, right? And because this quiz is happening every day. So marks will lose its importance if you give marks every single day, right? That is how it happens. If you do something regularly, it loses importance. So you do quizzes every day so that the examination pressure and the marks pressure will completely fade away. Students will immediately see the correct answer explanation. They are learning. As a teacher, you can see all the student submission in your view results. You see this student, I have just submitted a quiz. It will show you the marks. It will show you the detailed response of every single student. You can export it into PDF. You can also download the summary table, which you can discuss in the classroom tomorrow when you start the class. So the idea is, after the topic is taught, suppose you have taught photosynthesis today. After the class, you send some notes around photosynthesis in the parents' WhatsApp group. Tell the student that this is your home revision notes. Second, along with that notes, you also send them an online quiz link, which you have to tell them that after you finish reading the notes, you please tell your child to submit this online quiz, which will be a timed quiz, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, small quizzes. Do not overburden them at any time. Okay. So tomorrow when you are coming to the class as a teacher, you already know how many students have understood whatever you have taught or not. All right. So this is the way it can completely transform the way you conduct assessments. Now, again, all these assessments that you are doing, they are getting stored in your My Content library. You can go here. You can see this as you can see this quiz, all the questions you have. You can also see the link. If you want to take the same quiz in another class, you can generate a fresh link by clicking on this, and you can also see the results here, right? So link 1, link 2, link 3, everything will be here. You can see the results of every quiz. So I hope this is clear. So the entire workflow of creating an online quiz, generating a link, sharing it with students, student responding to the quiz, students getting their evaluation around correct answer as well as explanation, and teachers able to see all the results in a single dashboard. This entire workflow is done in seconds. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear, right? You see the power of AI now? So do you think if there was no AI, this transformation was possible? Absolutely not. Even today, people conduct online quizzes using Google Forms, which again is absolutely manual process. You cannot create a Google form based quiz within seconds. Okay. Once again, so since this is, so I'm moving a little fast, I will just do one more time. One more time, I will show you this online quiz tool. Okay. This time I will do a Hindi use case. I want to generate a multiple choice questions with 3 questions on Hindi Vyakaran. Subject is Hindi. And here again, I will give it in Hindi. Right? Duration is 1 minute and I'll hit generate. So it will now generate the questions for me in Hindi. So I'm just again doing this online quiz tool for a Hindi subject. I'll click on save. I'll click on generate shareable link. I'll copy the link. I will share the link with my students. Student will just enter their name, roll number, and class. No need to log in anywhere. No need to sign up anywhere. Immediately they will see the questions. They can attempt this quiz. Okay. Submit, and they will see all the responses, correct answer, explanation. So as a student, I am learning from this activity. My objective from this quiz is not to score some good marks and show it off to somebody. I am learning from this activity every single day. As a teacher, you go back, click on view results. You will see all the student submission right here in front of you. So the entire workflow of creating online quizzes is done in seconds. Now, some teachers will tell that if I have a specific set of questions that I want to ask, you please put all of these questions in this any other details text box and write a single line saying, please make sure the questions are exactly as per below. Clear? Very simple. Automatically, the quiz will get generated with options, explanations, everything. You don't have to do anything manually. Everything happens the moment you click this generate button. All right. So this is the online quiz and poll generator tool for you. You can conduct wonderful online assessments in no time. So the idea is, how do you use it? The question is, how do you integrate this technology in your day-to-day life? The idea is, make some changes in your teaching behavior. First, make your class exciting by integrating wonderful resources in the form of stories, images, visuals, etc., etc. Generate notes and give it to the students after every class, which they can revise at home. Create an online quiz and send it along with the notes, so that students will be able to read the notes and also attempt the online quiz, so that you as a teacher will be able to get a wonderful feedback tomorrow when you come to the class, whether the children have understood or not understood. Okay. All right. So just moving on. Now I will demonstrate one of the most powerful use case of our platform. Okay. So when we launched this online quiz tool, your teachers were extremely happy, but there was one concern. We want to conduct this quiz inside the classroom when the students are present in the class. How do we do it? Because our students do not have any laptop or tablet or anything in the class. That was a question that that was a challenge, in fact, that the teachers, posted in front of us. What we did deep research for about 90 days to bring about a solution for that, which is basically our next tool called this paper QR live quiz. In the platform on the left side, here also you will see this, but you go to this left menu, there is something called a paper QR quiz. We created a new solution called paper QR quiz. If you can see this image, in this quiz, you will be able to create quizzes and conduct the quizzes in the classroom, and every student will be able to respond to the quizzes right inside the classroom without needing any devices, tablets, or laptops in the hands of students. Okay, I will now show you how this powerful tool works. It will completely change the way assessments are done in our schools today. Okay, and it will make the classrooms extremely engaging and exciting. Let me show you how it works. You go to this paper QR quiz tool on the left side. People are posting questions in the chat. Right now, I don't have the bandwidth. We are just in about exactly 10 to 15 minutes, the session will be over, and then all of you will be allowed to unmute and ask your question verbally. Okay, I will allow all of you to unmute and ask a question. Just listen patiently for the next 10 to 15 minutes. We are almost done with the session. So I will go to the paper QR quiz tool. The objective of this tool is to conduct live quizzes inside the classroom, and students will be able to respond to the quizzes through their personal smart paper QR cards without needing any devices or tablets for students. Okay. Step one, you have to create a class. How do you create a class? Just click on this create class button, enter the class name, subject, academic year section, and click on create class. Okay. Next step. So I'll just do that. So suppose I want to do uh, class 6A, subject, suppose I want to teach maths in this class. Suppose academic year is 2026. Section suppose is A. I'll create the class. The moment you create a class, you will see it here. Next, you click on this class. You have to add students just by entering their name and roll number. That's it. No need of any mobile number, email ID, nothing. Just enter student's name, roll number one by one, or you can upload it in bulk. Download this Excel template. First column is student's roll number. Second column is student's name. As simple as that. Nothing doing. The moment you do that, the moment you upload the students, what happens is immediately every single student's data will be visible in the table, and every child will be automatically assigned a unique paper QR card. So this paper QR card is mapped to every student, class, and roll number. What is a paper QR card? I will just show it to you. This on your screen right now is a paper QR card. I hope this is visible. This is the paper QR card. How does it work? If you see on the corners, the name of the student is written here. The QR ID is written here, right? So the table has name and QR ID. As per this mapping, you please distribute these cards to your students. Now you see these sides. On each side, there is an option written. Option A, option B, option C, option D. So this is the multi-dimensional smart QR card. Now I will show you how to create a quiz, then you will understand. So when there is a question coming up, student has to respond to that question, which is option A, B, C, D. Student will just rotate the QR card with the correct answer at the top. Okay. If the option A is at the top, which means the student's response is option A, and you as a teacher are scanning all these QR cards using your phone cameras, and everything is completely automated. I will now show you how it works and you will get an understanding. Okay. So remember, we are trying to conduct live quizzes inside the classroom in a fully automated manner within seconds. You just have to create a class. First column student roll number, second column student name. That's it. After you do that, all the students will be automatically assigned a paper QR card. Download all the QR. With one click, you will be able to download all the QRs. Just take a printout of the QR. Just take a printout of the QR. Okay. You can cut the QR from these lines that you see here so that it looks like a nice square. You can also laminate the QR and give it to the child. Okay. Because these QRs are like student's ID card. They are valid for the entire year. You don't have to create QR in every class. Once a student is given a QR, it is valid for the entire academic year. And remember one thing, these are meant only for in-class quizzes. So do not allow students to take these QR cards at home. You can store it in the classroom and distribute it every morning. As simple as that, so that they do not damage the QR card, and you can laminate the cards because they are valid for the entire year. All right, moving on. Once the class is created, then you have to create the quiz and conduct the quiz. So you go to paper QR live quiz tool now. The experience is very, very simple. Suppose I want to conduct a quiz on photosynthesis, okay, and I want only 3 questions. Subject is a science. I will leave everything else blank and I will hit generate. So the experience is exactly same as the live quiz, online quiz tool, okay. You will get the multiple choice questions, correct answer, explanation, everything. You just click on save. Now here, instead of generate shareable link, here the option is conduct quiz. I click on conduct quiz. I will select the class where I want to conduct this quiz. I will select this class. I will enter a title. I will enter the subject, which is science, and I'll click on start. Okay. Now what happens in this quiz is on the teacher. So this is teacher's device. This is not student's device. Teacher has created an account on the platform. Teacher is using the platform. Okay. You will see the questions one by one on your device. Okay. Now, assuming this is a mobile phone. So on your mobile phone, you have opened the quiz. This is how the quiz will look on your mobile. Now what you do, you will read out the question or write the question on the blackboard and read out all the 4 options. Now you ask students to respond to this question using their paper QR cards. I will now show you how it works. Just give me 1 second. I'll just open something. I'll just get my paper QR card. Just give me a second. All right. Now what happens is I will click on capture response. Assuming you are connected from a mobile, now you see the camera is open. So this is the student's paper QR card. The moment I hold it like this, you see the green line, the response has got captured. You see this? Student number 2, Ananya G, the response is D because the option D is at the top. Now I cannot change my option by rotating the card now because the option is already captured. So you will just move the camera in the class from left to right and scan all the QRs. What I will do is I have a set of 25 QRs in a single image. You see this image? This has got 25 QR cards of 25 different students who are in my class. Immediately you see all the QR codes are scanned. All the 25 QR codes are scanned. All the student responses are captured. You see here 25 scanned, 25 captured. All the blue colors confirm that they are captured. You click on submit response. Now, immediately you will see for this question, what is the correct answer? What is the explanation? Which student has given the right answer, which is in green? Which student has given the wrong answer? And now you can discuss this question. See, the objective of these in-class assessments is not to give them marks, but to strengthen their understanding of the concept. Now you are discussing that, which of the following pigment is involved in the process of photosynthesis. If most of the students have answered wrong, you can then again further explain them why this question is, why you all have answered wrong, and what is the correct understanding, etc. Now moving to the next question. Repeat the process, capture response. I will show all the 25 QR cards in one shot, and all the responses are also captured now. I'll click on submit response, and now the second question response is also submitted. The correct answer options are visible. Then I'll go to the final question and repeat the process. All the 25 student QR cards are scanned. Click on submit response. And finally, you have to click on end quiz and see results. The moment you click on end quiz, you have a wonderful analytics in front of you of this quiz. How many students have participated? What is the average score? What is the highest score? What is the lowest score? Question by question. What is the question? Correct answer, explanation. How many students have given correct answer to this question? Then you have a student-wise table for each student, how much marks they have scored. You can also see which question they have answered correctly, which question they have answered incorrectly. All the students' data is available in the table, and you can export this summary into a PDF and Word document and store it in your file. Okay, so this is a paper QR quiz. I hope it is clear. I will now show you just one more thing in the same quiz. So what you do is, the moment you save the quiz, it is getting stored in your My Quizzes. So the idea is you can create these quizzes at home. In the class, you just go to My Quizzes and click on Conduct Quiz. Select the class, give a title, and start. Right? Now remember one more thing. Lot of classes, they have got smart boards, they have got laptop and projector. If you want to run this quiz in laptop and projector, you click on Start Quiz, then you come here and you click on Capture Response. You have an option. You want to capture the response from the device where the quiz is operating from, or you want to capture it from another mobile device. You cannot move the projector's camera or smartboard's camera or your laptop camera in the class to capture the response, correct? Because it is a wired device. Then you select another device. What you do is, a QR code will pop up. Scan this QR code from your mobile, the teacher's mobile. Now you will be able to control the quiz from your mobile device, and everything will be visible in your screen. What I'm doing is, I am not changing anything in the screen. I am now capturing the responses from my mobile device. You see, automatically it has got moved. I have not clicked on any button. You see my cursor is there at one place. I'll again capture the response to the second question. I'm just capturing one response. Click on submit. Automatically it moves. I'm controlling this quiz from my mobile device now. I'm not touching any button on my laptop because it's not a mobile device. Again, I'll click on submit. All the 3 questions completed. I'll click on end quiz, see results. You saw, if the quiz is connected to a projector or a laptop, you can get scan through mobile device by shifting to a mobile device for scanning the responses, and you can control the quiz from a mobile. Automatically things will move in the laptop and the desktop. So I hope this paper QR quiz tool is clear. So I hope the paper, so remember one thing, wonderful tool. You can conduct live assessments in the classroom, and the effort that you need to put is all in seconds, not even minutes, right? Now this tool is something that will completely change the way we do assessments in the class. Okay, so the assessments in the class can become real time. Now there are 3 advantages of this, of doing live assessments in the class. One, every child will be attentive in the class because there is a quiz happening after every class, or there are 2 quizzes happening after every class. Second, teachers will get instant feedback. Okay. Third, the dependency on final exams will completely reduce. Okay. And remember one thing, if you are teaching suppose you are a science teacher, there are 10 topics in the session. In each topic, you conduct two quizzes in the class, which means you have a set of 20 quizzes that you have conducted in the class, and you have results of all the 20 quizzes in front of you. So when you are talking to a parent, now in a PTM, you are not talking about the examination performance. You are talking about the student's performance and attentiveness inside the classroom, because you have results of 20 quizzes in front of you. That is going to completely change your conversations in a PTM. As a parent, I don't want to listen whether my child has scored good marks or bad marks. I just want to know whether he was attentive in the class, whether he's understanding the concepts in the class, whether he's interested in studies and things like that. Okay. So this was the paper QR quiz tool. I hope this was, I hope you all understood and followed this tool. So please try it out. Please try it out and you will become an expert, because this is one of the most simple and easy to use platform that we have built. Okay. So I have one last thing to show you. Like I also said it at the start, that you have to connect the concept to real world by doing experiments. It is not practically possible to do experiments on every topic. It can be time consuming. It can be resource extensive. Okay. Which is why there is a midway called interactive simulations. So there are a lot of wonderful interactive simulations that you can use in the classroom to make the concept exciting and engaging for students, right? For example, if you are teaching gas properties, you just click on this gas property simulations, and in a very, very interactive way, you can basically show students how gases actually behave. You can pump some gas molecules in this container. You can show how do gases behave to increase in temperature, how do gases behave in reduction in temperature, how do gases behave when the container volume is increased, what happens to volume, temperature, pressure. There are multiple different things that you can use within a single simulation. So these are interactive experiences for you to connect the concept to real world, right? Remember, we are living in the technology era. And in this era, if we are again only dependent on the textbook to teach the concept and write the notes on the blackboard and asking the child to mug up the concept, and then we are cutting the marks also. If the answer is not exactly as per what I have given you as a teacher, I will cut marks. What is the use of this kind of arrogance, right? See, the idea is we have to make sure that the child is understanding the concept. Whether he is writing exactly as per the sentence given by you or whether he is constructing his own sentences, how does it matter actually, right? But unfortunate reality is, in many schools, there are teachers who say, boss, you write exactly the way I have given you and you will get full marks. If you deviate, I'll cut marks. There is absolutely no reason to do that, right? So that's why this is the simulations library, where we have 118 simulations across physics, chemistry, maths, even mathematics. There are complex concepts in mathematics which is extremely difficult to understand and visualize in real world, for which there are wonderful simulations in mathematics that you can use in the classroom and explain the concept in a significantly fun, engaging, and practical way, right? So these are simulations. Okay. So just to summarize, okay, I'll just summarize once by bringing up the presentation for one last time. So like I said, this is going to be a very, very short, powerful, meaningful session to tell you the power of technology. And because you all have created an account on the platform, you can straight away start practicing everything that I have shown you till now. Everything. I am not here to tell you that this was just a trailer. You pay me some 10,000 rupees and I will make you an expert in this platform. Absolutely not. That is not how technology works. Okay. If you have to teach a new technology to teachers, you make sure that the process of technology adoption is as simple as possible. Okay, that is the real value in technology in this world. Okay, right. So I have shown you the live demonstration. I will now just summarize in one slide. I want to summarize whatever we have learned till now so that you don't forget. All right. We spoke about 3 fundamental problems in education, and we spoke about how AI is going to solve these problems. First problem we spoke about is the problem of rote memorization, where the teaching methodology has to change, right? You cannot just read out from the textbook and write notes. You have to basically connect the concept to real world. You have to show images, videos, real world examples, stories, simulations, and everything to ensure that every child is able to deeply understand and appreciate the concept, right? Similarly, you cannot just depend upon a terminal examination after 3 months to check whether the child is smart or the child is a fool. It doesn't really work. You have to ensure that they are paying attention in the classroom, they are understanding every single concept in the classroom, and for that you need to do deep assessments right inside the classroom, either by using the new tool like a paper QR live quiz, or by creating an online quiz using the current tool, which is the live quiz and poll generator tool in the platform. Generate the quiz links, share it with students over their WhatsApp group, ask them to submit the quiz before they come to the class next day, right? Also, you cannot just write the notes on the blackboard and force the child to copy the notes. You just focus on making sure the child is understanding the concept in the class. Okay. So you generate wonderful notes and send it to students after every topic is taught, right? So this is the rote memorization problems, which we have to change it to a deep understanding type situation using a platform like TeachBetter.ai. Second problem, broken assessments. We teach in the classroom and after 3 months there is an exam, after 6 months there is an exam. It doesn't work. We are basically, by default, we are creating a system where we are telling the child, you don't have to focus on the class. Forget about whatever I'm teaching in the class. Just take the notes of the class topper, do a Xerox, mug it up, write the exam and get good marks. and that person can get better marks than the class topper itself. And that's the hard reality, right? Hence, this assessment method is completely broken. We have to ensure that we do continuous assessment in the class. After every topic is taught, there has to be a live quiz inside the class. There has to be an online quiz link that has to be given to the child, so that they are connected to the concept and they deeply understand the concept and check, and you also get a feedback whether they're understanding or not. Okay. The third problem is basically overburdened teachers. Now, to transform teaching, if somebody tells you to put in 5 extra hours, you will go mad. Which is why if you're using AI, if you're using a teacher-first AI platform like TeachBetter.ai, you're generating wonderful resources in no time. You're generating online quizzes, presentations, you are doing live assessment in the classroom in a fully automated manner within seconds, not even minutes, right? So you are basically focusing on transforming the way you teach, creating a transformational impact with your teaching, right? And in the process, you are also saving 8 to 10 hours every single week. But remember one thing, the purpose of AI is not to help you save time. Saving time using technology is always a byproduct of technology, right? The core purpose of technology is to create transformational impact in the way we live and work. Time saving will happen automatically, but that is not the goal with which we should use technology, especially a technology like AI, correct? So we have to change our mindset completely. Look at AI as a transformational technology, not as a technology that will help you in saving some 5 hours, 6 hours, so that you can waste time scrolling on Instagram. Okay. So look at AI from a completely different lens, from the lens of transformational technology impact. Okay. So this is a summary of whatever we have seen till now. And like I promised, one platform has the power of everything under one roof. I didn't even had to go to a new tab for that matter to show you anything that I have shown till now. It combines 20 different tools, 100 plus simulations. You can create wonderful resources. You can create wonderful assessments and presentations, all within a single platform with an extremely simple user experience. And let me tell you, you don't have to attend any other training or workshop to become an expert in this technology. Directly open the platform, create an account, and start exploring it right away. Okay, that is the only way to become an expert in this technology. All right. Okay, so I don't think I have any more slides. We have over 40,000 teachers who are using the platform, not just in India, but in multiple other countries. And we are getting wonderful feedback from all the teachers who are using the platform across various countries. And we are recognized by Ministry of Education in our country. We are recognized by Startup India, Startup Odisha. It's an India-based startup, and with a bold mission to transform education at scale, right? We continue to do a lot of research with teachers. We get a lot of feedback from teachers, and we do a lot of enhancements on the platform only based on the feedback that we get from wonderful teachers like you all. Okay, that is the purpose behind building this technology. And we also conduct a lot of AI workshops dedicated for schools. Those are also free workshops. So if you are a teacher, you want us to conduct a similar session for your school, you can bring 50 teachers, 60 teachers in a room, or you can bring them on a Google Meet. We will be happy to conduct a similar session dedicated for your schools. So please reach out to us. I hope all of you are part of the WhatsApp community. I am there in the WhatsApp community as an admin. My colleague Vipin is also there. You can directly message us on WhatsApp for whatever help and support that you need. Okay, right. What we have seen is, we have seen a single platform which is built for teachers, which is everything under one roof. You don't have to Google, YouTube, Gemini, ChatGPT, and multiple other tools and become confused. You don't have to learn prompt engineering, right? So the best way to learn this technology is create a free account, spend 1 hour, go through each and every tool one by one. Automatically, you will become an expert in this product. Okay. Remember just one last thing. You cannot learn swimming by watching videos on YouTube. If you have to learn swimming, you basically have to dive into the swimming pool yourself. Okay. That's a very important thing. Even if you attend hundreds of such workshops, it is never going to help you become an expert in AI. You will never ever be able to figure out how you can integrate AI in your daily life. You will continue to use ChatGPT. But you have to use a tool which is built for teachers so that you can transform the way you teach. That is the real potential and real power of our platform TeachBetter.ai. Now coming to the pricing, after 14 days, the price is only 299 rupees per month per teacher, and you have no limitations to how many things you can do on the platform. All the AI tools, all the simulations, paper QR quiz, 1 topic, 2 topic, 100 topic, 1000 topics, any subject, any curriculum, any language, you can do anything on the platform. Unlimited number of times by just paying 299 per month. Okay, it is actually less than the cup of a coffee today in fancy restaurants. In just 299, you can get a platform that can completely transform the way you teach. The annual price is 2990. You basically get 2 months free, right?